This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of July 29th, 2022. I'm Alex Brown. Latoya Boterin, the COO and CFO of the Central Indiana Corporate Partnership, says yesterday's announcement that Indianapolis-based Energy Systems Network is merging with the Battery Innovation Center in Newberry is a strategic opportunity to further an already strong relationship.
The BIC and ESN have always worked closely together, and especially over the last few years with opportunities for commercialization and innovation projects that the two organizations have worked on together.
The two organizations will continue to operate independently after the merger is complete next week. Nevada-based ITS Logistics plans to invest $28 million to expand its Midwest headquarters in Whitestown. The expansion will add 1.4 million square feet of distribution space to its existing operations, growing its campus to more than 2 million square feet with 350 employees by 2024. Washington, D.C.-based Car Workplaces has taken over as property manager for the Electric Works Mixed-Use Innovation District in Fort Wayne. The company, which operates co-working spaces throughout the country, says it will oversee the entire 10-building campus at the former General Electric site. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
IBJ Media delivers business news covering Central Indiana and the entire state. The Indianapolis Business Journal and Inside Indiana Business are now part of the same family. Look to the IBJ for in-depth coverage of Central Indiana's business community and tap into Inside Indiana Business for stories that extend throughout Indiana. 2 resources, unlimited business insights that help you stay informed and get ahead. Learn more at ibj.com and insideindianabusiness.com.
While Stevanato may be a new name to Hoosiers, the company is a global player in the pharmaceutical market. The glass container manufacturer has selected Fishers to add might to its U.S. footprint with a $240 million investment.
Stevanato says it works with 40 of the top 50 pharmaceutical companies and 15 of the top 20 biotech firms globally. The new Fishers manufacturing facility, now under construction, will mark its third U.S. location and will churn out glass vials and syringes to meet growing demand in the U.S. Stevanato president for the Americas, Ricardo Buda, says while they may not seem high-tech at first glance, vials and syringes must meet incredibly stringent standards that make them complex and challenging to manufacture.
So when you put everything in terms of requirements, you think that has to be very, very high volume. You are talking about billions of pieces per year here and zero defect because you don't want to have any escape in that respect. That is where the complexity lies, I think, is not as much in the look and feel of the component.
Stevanato says it chose Fishers because of the city's growing life sciences ecosystem, proximity to partners and suppliers, and nearby universities providing access to talent. The plant will be operational in 2023 and is expected to create 230 jobs by the end of 2025. Kylie Valletta, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
The Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission has given approval for Merrillville-based Northern Indiana Public Service Company to increase its natural gas rates in a 2-step process beginning in September. The utility says the average residential customer will see an expected overall increase of about $6 per month. NIPSCO initially submitted its request for the rate increase last September. The utility said at the time the additional revenue would be used to make infrastructure improvements, including replacing older gas lines. The town of Brownsburg says it continues to see a strong business climate. For the first half of the year, businesses have committed nearly $208 million in capital investments in the town, a 33% increase compared to last year. The town says the investments will create more than 400 new jobs with a potential annual payroll of $19.3 million. Multiple large investments at the Ronald Reagan Logistics Center are leading the economic activity. Former Indianapolis traffic reporter Mimi Pierce is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.